I pointed out how the Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank have rejected proposals for a two-state solution. And I mentioned that I would explain why that is. And the reason it becomes apparent when you put the pieces together is that the ultimate agenda of many, and certainly not all, there are many Palestinians who would support a two-state solution, but many oppose because what they really want is the eradication of Israel and the elimination of Jews. And as I say, it becomes apparent when you put the pieces together. And what they have in mind in reality is, instead of a two-state solution, a two-step solution. And I'll explain this and where I'm coming from. I've listened to Palestinian commentators say, oh no, they don't want a two-state solution. What they want is a one-state solution where all Palestinians, Jews and Christians, Arabs and Muslims can live together. And the reason they don't want a two-state solution is because the Palestinians have a right to return to their land. And I'm going to go back to what I talked about in at least one of the other videos, a couple of the videos actually, which is that the quote-unquote Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank are not Palestinians by origin of separate, distinct people of a place other than Jordan and Egypt. So the Palestinians in Gaza are by origin Egyptian. Gaza was part of Egypt, and the Egyptians actually consider themselves distinct from Arabs in general. And the Palestinians in the West Bank are Jordanians by origin. So if they are in their ancestral lands, they would continue to be in Gaza and the West Bank. But that does include East Jerusalem, which I'll acknowledge the West Bank does. But there's no need to have all of Israel to themselves. And at the same time, these people make the comments about a single state, they also chant their slogan, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. What that means is the elimination of Jews, because, as I've discussed before, from the river refers to the Jordan River, which forms the eastern border of Israel, to the sea refers to the Mediterranean Sea, which is the boundary of Israel on its west. And so what they're saying is, we want Palestine from the river to the sea, we want it to be free of Israel and the Jews, and to restore it to Arab Muslim people and eliminate the Jews from their ancestral homeland. So when you look at what their chant is and what they're saying about wanting a unified country, it's disingenuous. And what is the reason? What's the strategic, the tactical reason behind it? It's this. Jews account for approximately 7 million of the citizens in Israel, and Arab Muslims and others Arab Muslims account for about 2 million. And so the Jews do have a significant majority. But now, if it's a single country, including the Palestinian Muslims in the West Bank and in Gaza, now all of a sudden the populations become essentially equal, and by virtue of accelerated birth rate, it becomes no time before the Arab population in Israel overwhelms the Jews, and the Jews become the minority and can be eliminated. And so I've never heard anybody use the term two-step solution. I coined it myself. But I think when you listen to what these people say, what they really have in mind is this two-step solution to achieve Hitler's final solution to eliminate the Jews, which I will remind you, if you have seen one of my other videos, I talked about during World War II, an Arab Muslim mufti, Muhammad Amin al-Husseini. He met with Adolf Hitler during World War II to discuss furtherance of their shared desire to eradicate the world of Jews.